I've seen a lot of people jump on cheap acrylic tubs because the price tag looks friendly, only to end up hating the way the material feels against their skin, how fast the water cools, and how quickly the surface gets scratched. That kind of buyer's remorse is why I always pause before clicking Add to Cart on any bathtub that promises a spa-like experience for the price of a cheap hotel room. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The question with the WOODBRIDGE 59-inch solid surface bathtub is whether it actually lives up to the hype or if it's just another glossy promise that will disappoint once you step out of the showroom. First off, the category itself, freestanding tubs made from solid surface stone resin, has been gaining traction because it tries to blend the durability of stone with the lighter weight of acrylic. The material is a composite that looks and feels like natural stone, but manufacturers claim it's more resistant to chipping and cracking. For a homeowner who's already spending a decent chunk on tiles, fixtures, and a new vanity, the bathtub is one of those pieces that can make the whole room feel like a high-end spa. The WOODBRIDGE model is 59 inches long and just under 30 inches wide, which slots nicely into a master bathroom that can accommodate a larger soaking vessel without forcing you into a cramped corner. If your bathroom is on the smaller side, though, you'll quickly notice that the footprint eats up a lot of floor space, which can feel restrictive when you try to navigate around it with a rug or a laundry basket. What really matters in daily use is how the tub holds heat and how it handles the inevitable wear and tear of family life. The solid surface construction gives the WOODBRIDGE a natural insulation advantage. Once you fill it with hot water, the temperature stays steady for longer than an acrylic tub of comparable size. I've read that homeowners who love long, relaxed soaks appreciate that extra half hour before the water starts to feel lukewarm. That's a practical strength you can actually feel, especially in colder climates where you don't want to be shivering mid-bath. The matte white finish also hides minor water spots better than a high-gloss surface, which is a small but welcome detail if you're the type who forgets to dry the tub after every use. On the flip side, the very things that give the tub its premium feel also bring hidden trade-offs. At roughly 150 pounds, the bathtub is heavy enough that you'll need a reinforced floor joist before you even think about setting it down. If your home's subfloor isn't up to the task, you could end up paying extra for structural reinforcement or a professional installer, which adds to the overall cost. The easy installation claim on the product page really means easier than a poured stone tub, not DIY in a weekend. Also, the matte white looks modern and clean, but it can show soap scum or mineral deposits if you have hard water, meaning you'll need to wipe it down a bit more regularly than you would with a darker or glossier finish. Finally, the color palette is limited to this single white tone, so if your design scheme leans toward warmer earth tones or dramatic contrasts, you might feel boxed in. So who should actually consider putting this tub in their bathroom? If you're a homeowner with a master suite that's already leaning toward a minimalist, contemporary aesthetic, and you have the budget for a bit of extra reinforcement work, the WOODBRIDGE can be a smart investment. It works well for anyone who values a larger soaking area, wants the water to stay warm longer, and doesn't mind a bit of extra maintenance to keep the matte surface looking fresh. It also appeals to people who enjoy the feeling of a stone-like surface under their skin. There's a subtle firmness that many find more supportive than the squishy feel of acrylic. On the other hand, if you're renting, have a small bathroom, or are trying to keep the renovation under a tight budget, this tub may not be the best fit. The weight, the need for a sturdy floor, and the single color option can quickly turn what looks like a luxury upgrade into a practical headache. In the end, the WOODBRIDGE 59-inch solid surface bathtub sits in a sweet spot between high-end stone and budget acrylic. It delivers a genuine heat retention benefit and a sleek, modern look that most people will appreciate for years, but it does demand a solid floor and a willingness to keep the surface clean. If you're comfortable with those requirements and you're looking for a tub that feels a little more luxurious without the full cost of natural stone, this could be the smarter buy that avoids the regret you often see with cheaper alternatives.